Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of... No, wait, this is our review of Mashin Sentai Kiramager, episode 13... No, 34?
34, yeah.
34, alright, as always, I am one of the cool dudes here. Your host of Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
The Cinder Blaze.
My dude, welcome back. I was really hoping that you would say the second cool dude here, but
And now
alright.
I'm the Cinder Blaze, not the Frozen
Fine,
Stratos.
fine. I'm the one and only cool dude. But hey, we had two more cool dudes because of this very cool episode. Oh man, it was so good.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. I mean, I know, like, from last week's watch along, I was really looking forward to it because it would be like a blue and yellow buddy episode, and
Yeah, and like
we haven't,
we assumed it would just be filler,
yeah,
and that was what we wanted, but we got more.
yeah, exactly. Like, I just want like fun, like, just them acting like idiots and just like messing around,
Yeah.
but it was like more than that. Like, having Garza being like a really strong like driving force in like the beginning of like the episode, and
Mm-hmm.
also having just kind of like Yodona on the other side just carrying like the B plot almost. I just felt like they they really nailed like having like the multiple threats. Like the Yodon generals are really stepping it up like
Mm-hmm.
as we're moving towards the finale. Like they're actually trying to get like shit done. And Garza's like power-ups, because he's losing so much in like the most humiliating ways. Like you can feel like his hatred growing in every episode,
Mm-hmm.
and because they've already established that that's the source of his power, seeing him like actually take down, or not take down, but like at least like handle Orden,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of happy for Garza.
Yeah, a
You
little.
know,
Yeah.
like I'm tired of Scar getting bullied by Mufasa all the time. Like just throw him a bone or something.
Yeah. But no, yeah. This was great for all the reasons you were stating. Because like it is a natural power spike for him. Like it is with the logic of the show. Whereas like last week it was, oh well, I guess technically the arrow can grow or whatever and transport the. But this one makes complete sense within the lore, and I really appreciated that. Um, I also love that even though uh what's her name? Yodana?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. For some reason it sounded wrong in my head, but like um when she was introduced, she ramped the show up, just a little bit. And I feel like that hasn't diminished too far, especially
Yeah.
with like the major beats that her character has been hitting recently. There were some downers, a few of them, where
Yeah.
like it really watered down her power set, but these last few,
No, we had toys those episodes, so that's perfectly fine. Like they were busy doing,
Oh yeah, that's
business
right.
stuff.
Um, yeah, I don't know. So I'm really appreciative that she wasn't like, oops, excuse me. Like her power set wasn't diminished in any way. Uh,
Yeah.
and the buddy cop thing between Yellow and Blue, very good. They set it up
Yeah.
just this episode. And typically, with Sentai and stuff, you set something up during the episode only to pay it off that episode. It doesn't really hold a lot of water. But, like, these guys just all together have been good enough friends, and it seems like they have enough of a history that, like, oh yeah, this is neat. I like this.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so well done.
Yeah. And like Drew kind of like fanboying over them, like because they feel like his older brothers in a sense.
A little bit, yeah.
And I was just like, oh, that's adorable. And like they kind of like fed off that energy pretty well. And like
Mm-hmm.
that was it. Then Drew was off doing his own thing, but like he still kind of like did like a really good job at like setting this episode up.
Right, right.
Yeah. And big props to Yodona and like her and her stunt actress, because like geez, like they were like, even if it was a stunt actress, because she was actually like doing a bunch of the the heavy lifting in this episode.
Yeah.
Like holy crap, like she was fighting blue and yellow in a pretty convincing manner. Like
Yeah.
I believe like when she first kind of got introduced, they didn't show her as much of a fighter. Like she would be like losing, like if she would have to go up against like maybe like a few of the Rangers even. But now she's like using her whip and actually using it as a weapon. So I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean, there were also some really good explosions to back this episode up. And I was rewatching the episode, just to get some clips or some screenshots and stuff, and it looked like the the explosions were magnified in this weird way, and it looked like they added water to the explosions so that the light would bounce off of it and make the explosions look bigger. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was really good. I just looked up the director, and it was Kyohei Yamaguchi. Um, oh, I guess he directed episode 1 of Kiramager and episode 0. Um, let's see what he's done for writer. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff. He's done Forze, Gaim, Drive, a lot of Drive, Ghost, Xaid. Yeah, this guy's done a lot.
gotta love
So,
Ghost.
yeah,
Oh that
a very seasoned director. I just wanted to know because this episode looked and felt good, but it didn't look like a Sakamoto episode. So I was like, oh, who did this? So it was that guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Alex, do you have anything else you wanted to say before we move into comments?
No, let's move on.
All right. All right, and we had to cut because we got the wrong comments, and Alex wants me to edit again, so screw you. K. John says, "Great episode. I enjoy it more than last week's episode. It's great to see Yodana physically engages with the battle rather than just standing around swinging her whip like she usually does. The actress said in an interview that she's not good at action, so I guess she must have trained very hard for this episode. Also, I'm surprised that Garza was able to overpower Oradan here. Seems like things are starting to get out of hand for the Kiramagers. Can't wait to see Yodana's monster form. Parentheses, no, quote, parentheses. I'm sure she's getting one, and I hope the Yodan Emperor will be a decent villain, not just someone to buy time for Garza to become the final big bad."
Nah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope that they are able to save Garza in one way or another. Because I mean, he's not redeemable like so far, but uh,
Yeah, that hasn't stopped Toku before. Um,
yeah,
it would be fun to see him like return as someone. I hesitate to say this because I don't like this character, but someone in a role much like Dan, or just someone who comes back and is like, really hating on everyone else, but still reluctantly helps out. Um,
yeah.
it'd be fun. Um, yeah, cool. Thank you for the comment. Let's move on to Dustin Smith, who says, "Hello, sorry I missed your last reaction. So for this one, I'll do another double feature, but this time I'll be quick about episode 33. Wow, this is quick. So last episode was fantastic. The fight with Mars Beast was well done. I like the reference to rock, paper, scissors with each of them. Like how Shield Shelga was paper, Tanky Ligani was rock, and Sengoku Basra was scissors. The debut of Kiramager Mechpo mode was handled quite well. The only thing I wished that the Yodan Seed plot stuck around for another episode because it all came off one and done. But hey, at least this was a little better of a way to get rid of a planet-destroying plant compared to the last planet-destroying plant that was destroyed immediately just from a Zord waking up from under the ground. You probably knowing what I'm referring to. Also, it was really nice seeing the Kiramagers formulate a battle strategy, and I laughed with the pieces on the table being random toys, including a rubber ducky to map out their battle strategy. There's just something about using things like toys for a serious strategy that I find quite humorous. He goes on to say, episode 34 was also pretty good. it was nice to see Shigeru and Tomitomo being a duo, and never really would have expected that to work since Tomitomo has been known at times to be a bit headstrong in his approach to things, but I'd say they did quite well. Numajo Mask, I'm going to be honest, when I saw Yodana carrying that thing in the trailer, I initially thought she was Numajo from back then, but now I know that she was just good friends with her and wanted to avenge her death. I will have. I mean, does she really? Does she have emotions to do that?
I'm pretty sure she just found in the prop closet.
Yeah, and they just didn't want to do like a poison laser or whatever. She was like, well, this works. Um,
Yeah.
I will have to ask is what kind of game is poisoning a target with a mask and then the very same person who's poisoned has to destroy it? What game? At least with Carantula and his red light, green light, I could get the game aspect, but Yodana don't get it. I don't know, it could be a game where she comes from. Apparently she doesn't know what emotions are like, so maybe games are different. You don't know. I get her taking advantage of the Rangers' strong team bond by destroying them one by one, but she called it a game, whatever. You're really like hanging on to this game aspect when it's like barely a thing. Uh, and
I
while
mean,
it
like,
was cool seeing Shigeru utilize a billiard trick to destroy the mask, the fight with the corrupted King Express was quite intense. Another good episode of Kiramager. Next week, Carrot HQ gets messed up. Is Mabushima developing a crush for a human? And of course, golf themed Mars. Yes! Well, alright.
I didn't even get that from the
I didn't either. I just saw
preview.
Mabushina's drunk, and that's about it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's right. Okay. So guys, thank you for your comments. Thank you for leaving them. I guess this is the end of the show now. Did you have any other thoughts?
No,
All right, cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Tell us in the comments down below what you thought about, our thoughts about, your thoughts about this episode. And while you're down there, there are links in the description to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, whatever you do, as long as you do it. It absolutely helps. Thanks so much for watching. Keep it.
yeah, exactly. This one's gonna be a long one. You got me to take care of some comments because there's like 6 of them.